Hello guys, I welcome you back to JN Graphic Tutorials. In this section of tutorials, we are going to learn how to design a cosmetic product flyer. But before then, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, I would like you to subscribe to JN Graphic Tutorials for more amazing graphic design content. So first of all, let's head on to creating our beautiful graphic design. So I'll first of all move to my Photoshop and I will go to my new. I will make sure that the height of the flyer is 1100. The height should be 1100 and the width should be 1100. Then the resolution should be 300. Then I will leave it on pixels. The color mode should be RGB color since it is going to be a social media flyer. So let's head on to creating our design. So this is the background that we are going to work on for our graphic design for today's tutorial. So first of all, I will go to my view and go to my new guide layout. So this will help me to make sure that everything that I'm doing is in correct alignment. So I will just hit on OK. So first of all, I will create a solid background. So I will just go to this panel and go to my solid color. Then I type this code DEF6 F3. So this is actually the solid background that I want to create. So after I've done creating my solid background, I will just go to my file and start importing my resources. So the first resource that I'm going to import is this one. So I make sure that I extend it so that it will take the entire background, something like this. Then after I'm done with this, I will just create a hue on this. So I will go to this panel and go to hue and just click on this one, colorize, so that it will pick the immediate color from the solid background. Then I make sure that this is on 174 and this should be 59, something like this. It's quite cool and nice. So after I'm done with this, I will just reduce the opacity to about 36. So I will just click here and make 36. So after I'm done with this, I will still select the background and I'll go to my filter, go to my blur, engaging blur. Then I'll make sure that I blur it to a radius of 4.8, something like this. Is very cool and beautiful. So after I'm done with this, I'll just go to my file again and go to my place link. Then I'll bring this resource here. So I'll just place this resource here. Then I will select it again and I will add a little curves on this pink leaves, a little curves. I'll make sure that the curves should be only on the pink leaves. Then I just create this little effect, a little curve on it so that it will appear so clear. So after I'm done with this, I'll go to my file again, place link, and bring this resource, this lady here. Very nice and very beautiful. So after I've placed this resource here, I will go on and create my rectangular box. So I will just go to my rectangular box, then I will just create this rectangle here. I'll make sure that the color of the rectangle is white, something like this. Very beautiful. Then I just push this image a little bit upward so that we get a little space here. I think this is nice and very beautiful. So after we have done with this, I will go on to file and go to place link and place another link. So this time I'll bring this link here, the products. Then I will just bring it just closer to the woman, something like this. Then I make sure that I position it very well so that everything will be nice and beautiful on the flyer. So after I'm done with this, I will just go on and be importing my resources. So I'll bring this orange here, then I'll resize it a little bit like this, and I place it just in front of the product. I'll still go to place link, and I'll bring these leaves here. I will just resize the leaves to extent like this. Very nice and very beautiful. So after I'm done with this, I will go on and start typing. So I will just pick my text tool and create a text box, and I will type something like refresh. I will just select it, go to my text box, and I make sure that the font is Roboto. Then we are going to use medium italic. Then I make sure that the size of the text should be 29. Then the height of the text should be 77. The spaces should be -50. And we are going to use a color like this, very nice and beautiful. So you can choose a color of 057C62, very nice and beautiful. Then I will just place it here. So I'll go on and duplicate this one, the refresh. Then I will select it and type get air. Then I will just reduce this text to a size like this. Then I will just place it just in front of the refresh. Then I will select the refresh again and duplicate it once again. Then I will select it, and this time I will type splash off. Something like this. Then I'll resize it a little bit like this. Then for the last time, I will duplicate it, Ctrl+J, and bring the duplicate down. This time I'm going to type something like nature. Very beautiful and awesome. So after I'm done with this, I will just be changing the color. So I will select the get it and make sure that the color is something like this, very cool and beautiful. So you can choose a deep pink color, something like this is very nice. Then I'll go on and select the splash off and change it to a color like this, making it very cool and very beautiful. So now after we have done with this, I'll go on and place another link. So this time I'm going to place a link like this, very nice and very beautiful. Then I will drag it so that it will just come on the background, something like this. Very beautiful and nice. So this is what actually I wanted to create. So we will just select this image here and go to this panel and add a hue to it. So we are going to add a little hue to it. So first of all, I will click this so that the hue will be on the splash only. Then we will be turning this so that we will get a perfect mixture of it. I think something like this is very cool and beautiful. So we can leave it like this. Very nice and beautiful. So after we have done with this, we will go on and bring a logo. So I'll go to my file here, place link, and bring this logo here. I make sure that I reduce the logo to a size like this and just place it on top of the image. Then I'll create my little rectangle, something like this. Then I make sure that the color of the rectangle should be something like a light green color. Then I just place the rectangle just under the logo so that it will be looking amazing and beautiful. So after I'm done with this, I'll go on to my shape box, and this time I'll pick a circle. So I'll make this circle here, something like this. Then I'll drag it to a corner. So I'll be making something like this, very beautiful and nice, something like this. Then I'll select the circle and go to my blending option, then go to my ingredient overlay. So these are the colors that I used for my ingredient overlay. I use a color of 7B6105, and I chose the other color to be 06959D. So these are the colors that I used for the circle overlay, color overlay. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to add few text to the circle. So I will select my text tool, but this time I'll make sure that I just choose medium. Then I will type something like enquiries. Something like this. I will select it. I make sure that it's a white color. Then I reduce it to a size like this, and I will just place it here. Very beautiful and nice. I'll go on and add telephone numbers to it. Something like this. Then I will reduce it a little bit. I'll bring it just down here. So I can go on and hold on Ctrl+D and duplicate the number and place the other one just under it. So something like this. Very awesome and very beautiful. So we can just position this very well so that we get enough space here. Very nice and very awesome. So now after we have done with this, we are going to add a little thing to the flyer. Let me position the numbers well. I think this is very cool. Or we can still drag them downwards on the circle. Something like this is cool. Something like this is very cool. So we will go on and type the about of the product, so I'll just write about products, something like this. Then I make sure that I will resize it to a size like this, so I can just place it here and go to my rectangular box and create a little box here, something like this. Then I make sure that the color of the box is something pink, something like this. Then I'll just place my text inside the box. Very beautiful and nice, something like this is awesome. Then I'll go on and type my about the flyer, so it will be a random text, something like this is cool. So I will just reduce the size. I'll just reduce the size and make sure that the color is something greenish, something like this. Then I'll resize them. And then I will just place it just beneath. So now this is actually how the flyer is looking now. Very awesome and very beautiful. So I can still go on and add some resources to it. So I'll go to my place link, and this time I'm going to bring something like this here. I'll just resize it to the smallest I can get and just place it here. Very awesome and very beautiful. So I can adjust the size of the word about a little bit. Something like this is cool. Something like this is cool. So this is what I actually want to create. I want to delete some of the text from the word about. So I think this is cool and beautiful. So this is what we have now. Very nice and very beautiful. So after we have reached here, we can go on to our file and place another resource. So I want to bring these leaves here, and this time I will bring it on top of the flyer to make something like this. Very nice and very beautiful. Something like this is very nice and very beautiful. So now it has left for us to add a little thing to it. I want to create some shadows on the product, so I will just go and create a new layer, and I'll make sure that the layer is on top of the rectangle, this rectangle here, something like this. So I will just go and pick my brush. I make sure that the hardness of the brush is 33, the size of the brush is 187. Then I will go on and pick a shadow color, something like this. Then I will just come and create some shadows like this on the flyer. Very awesome and very beautiful. So now after I'm done with this, it has left with one thing. So I will just hit in the middle of the flyer to select this background. I'll pick my eraser, then I will just create some space here, then I will hit between the layer again, then I'll pick eraser, then I will do something like this here. Very awesome and very beautiful. So now this is actually how our flyer is looking now. Very awesome and beautiful. So you can position these things very well so that everything will be looking nice on the flyer. Very nice on the flyer. So this is actually the end of our flyer. So I have placed all the links just below the description. You can go on and download the links, and you can create something similar out of this, or you can learn this tutorial to create something out of the box. So this is the end of the flyer. So thank you for your partnership. God bless you, and we will meet at another tutorials again. Goodbye.